Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art. I'm gonna do a somewhat serious video today. Well, not today, but right now. Okay. I've been watching some videos lately about dating and men and women relationships and stuff like that, and a lot of things that came to my attention. Okay. And I was trying, and the thing is, what happens is a lot of people look at me and they say, "Hey, Art, how come you're not married? You're almost 50 years old. You got a decent job. How come you're not married?" And the funny thing is, the people who say that is always women. Women always looks at me and goes, "How come you're not married?" Hmm. And I asked, and so what happened is I look up and I say, "You want to know why I'm not married? It's because women don't look for me for marriage." I'm their last choice, not their first choice. Okay. For example, think about this. Imagine if you're a guy. Well, if you're like me, I was a guy. Try to hit up on girls a long time ago. They always go after the hot boys. The athletes, the hot boys. You know what I'm saying? Because them, see, me, I was like maybe a 5 or 6, but they was like a 10. And maybe they was a good 7 or 8. And they thought they were hot stuff. So they always chase it after. See, what happens is, especially like with dating sites, they're suck for men. Because guess what happens? A lot of women don't like certain dating sites because of the fact that, like, for example, there's this dating site called Bumble where the woman has to make the first contact. So that means, so like a man, like for example, I could do another video called Late Night on those dating sites. I did 2 of those. I could swipe on 10 different people. And guess what? They'll look at my profile. But these people I look at won't really contact me. A lot of them are looking around like, this guy thinks I'm good looking. Since this guy thinks I'm looking, it's an ego boost. They're not really interested in relationships. Most of them. They look at other people. Like, for example, my ex-girlfriend, the one, she passed away. She was around me, and I'm a good 5 or 7, between 5 and 7. So she's like, "Well, if I can't get that solid 10, I'm gonna hang out with him until I get that solid 10." And what happened was, one time she tried to go out for that solid 10, found out that solid 10 wasn't what she really wanted. That she came crawling back to me. Like a dumbass, I let her back. I took her back. I should have just told her, yeah, no. Next time it ain't happening this way. A lot of times, a lot of people will hang out with you until they find something better. Even in friendship circles. One of the things that when me and Diane might call about, he always asks, "Did the twin call you? Did the twin call you?" And the fun thing is that, and I usually say no because she usually don't. This weekend she did. Now what happened was, and I'll tell you what happened. This is the reason why I know I got off that concept of dating and stuff like that. But then again, dating and friendship between men and women, they're kind of like the same thing. Kind of, except for one's romantic, one's not. So, for example, what she did, she calls me up one day and says, "Hey, I need a favor from. I don't have anybody else." I'm like, "Okay, what do you want? What do you want?" And I decide. She goes, "I need you to drive me over to this one place." Okay, this one place is in Detroit. It's on the border. It's on the border of Detroit and Canada. If you look at the what connects Michigan to Canada is the Mackinac Bridge. The Ambassador Bridge, Ambassador Mackinac Bridge, whatever. Ambassador Bridge. So where she gets her mail is in that area there. I hate driving in that area. I really do. But she was like, "Well, I'm getting my unemployment hit the bank. My unemployment is like $7,000, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some money." I said, "Oh, okay." Because at that time I said, I had to get a new tire. So if she can give me like $300, that'll probably be enough for a new tire. I'll probably replace 2 tires instead of waiting for that one later. I could probably replace both of those tires right now, and I'll be done for the rest of for like another couple of years. That was what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, and then so I'm like, okay. So from my house to where she's staying, it's 45-minute drive. So I'm driving all the way up to where she is, pick her up, and she goes, "Oh, thank you so much, thank you, because I can, and from where she lives to where it is, it's like a half an hour, like 35 minutes. It's straight highway driving. Now the thing is that half an hour through regular traffic is one thing, but highway driving, it gets tiring after a while because it seems like you're on the road forever. There's no stopping. I go out there. She gets her stuff. So I'm thinking, a couple days, she's gonna cash out me some money. Okay. So right now in my head, I'm making plans. I'm making plans so that way I can get this done. Okay. So I drive her all the way back to her place. She was like, I don't know. She was like, I don't know, what's something going on with you. See, something's going on with me because I'm not really talking to her that much, and I'm not really hanging out with her. Now, here's the question. Why do you think I'm not hanging out with you? Because it's a bunch of bullshit. To me, for you, here's the thing. Hanging out means we go to a restaurant or a bar and drink. You get your little drink on, and then then what happens somehow or another, some people that's doing something, so you want me to drop you off somewhere else and I go home. That happened to me too many times. And that's why I was like, no, I ain't doing all that shit. If you want to hang out with these people, they can Uber you. Okay. How many times you hung out? How many times this person says they want to hang out with me and actually hang out with me? It's always hang out with me until something else comes along or to their next destination. That's what it's like. And so that's why I said no. But the thing is, I didn't tell her that because in reality, the reason why I'm not hanging out with you. In reality, the reason why I'm not talking to you that much. The reason why. The only reason why I'm doing this is because you promised me money. Because if you didn't promise me money, I would have said no. I'm busy. I can't do it. Okay? She knows that. So she like, okay. She wants to stop off and get some alcohol. Okay, fine. Alright, fine. Stop at the store, get some alcohol. Some dude comes up and starts asking. He sees me with her. This guy has no shame. He doesn't know if I'm dating her or not. He just looks at me. He goes, "Hey, I ain't trying to break. I ain't trying to get into something, but I just think you're good looking and stuff like that." And dude was trying to get her number and shit. And then first thing she goes, "Oh no, we're not together." I'm like, "Damn, I'm glad I'm not." I said, "Hurry up, because the clock's ticking." She gives him some fake number. Fake name, fake number. I'm like, okay, fine. I was like, okay. Drive home. Drive her back to her place. As soon as we get back to her place, she's like, I was thinking. I'm like, what are you thinking? You've done so much for me. And this is how she said it. You've done so much for me all these years. But the thing is, you've been so patient in me paying you back. So I'm going to pay you back later. I'm thinking, bitch, you just got 7 grand. You just got yourself 7 grand. You mean you can't kick in $400 from me? You just got 7 fucking grand. Then she try to rationalize why she can't give me money. Oh, the reason why. Now the thing is, mind you, I looked up. I was like, I didn't want to do this in the first place, but you promised me money. You promised me money. The person, the place where she's staying at, she has to loan him $3,500 for his rent. That's his problem. That's his problem. But he's helping her do all this stuff. He's helping her get her car. He's helping her get her car. He's helping her do all this stuff. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. To fix your credit, that don't take that thing. You could have done that 6 months ago. You could have been driving your own car by now. But no. Oh, I ordered some stuff. I'm like, okay. I said, you know what? Get out. I just said, get out. I don't understand why. I said, just get out, please. I'm going home. On the way home, someone told me, you should have known, you should have realized this, but you were so trying to. See, the thing is, she promised you something so that way you can do something. That's the only reason why I did this, because of the fact that she promised to give me money. And because I needed money to do something. If I didn't need the money, I would have said no and been done with it. But, like, no. So I just got screwed out of something. Okay, fine. Of course, I didn't hear from her at all. But the funny thing is that she's on Facebook. She's posted her hanging out with some people, hanging out with some girls. They're drinking all the time. She's hanging out with some girls talking about, this is the best person in my life right now. She does so much for me and all this other shit. And I'm like, really? Okay. Here's the question: am I mad? I'm mad because of the fact that you had a chance to step up and be an adult. I'm mad because you had a chance to step up and be an adult and take care of your debts. But no, you just blew me off. And the thing is, I should have recognized that. I should have known that. Okay, but that's on me. That's on me. And the funny is, I haven't heard from him for pretty much a month. So what happened was, I text her just the other day, just a couple days ago. I texted her to say, hey, what's up? Okay, and then of course I didn't. She's like, then she starts blowing my phone up now. Why? Because she wants something. She blows my phone up because she wants something. It's not to say, hey, how's it going, or anything like that. Just she wants something. She wants me to do something for her. That's what the reason why she's blowing my phone up. And I'm not doing all that. She texted me yesterday talking about how she cannot take her to the hospital. Well, you had 7 grand, girl. You had 7 grand. What happened to that 7 grand? Obviously, that 7 grand is gone. And the fun thing is, I remember one time she made a joke. She made a joke saying, "I'm bad at I'm bad at handling money. I'm bad at handling money." But I didn't get paid 6 grand in a lump sum and it's gone and within a month. And I have no bills. So what are you spending your money on? I said, no, can't, sorry. Later on yesterday, I looked at her Facebook and she was out with some girl. Earlier that day, she was out hanging out with some people. Drinking alcohol and shit like that. At some restaurant. So you mean to tell me you feel so bad that you don't want to go to the hospital, but you've been hanging out with some people? How come you didn't call these people up? How come you didn't call the person who cares about you so much? No. See, the problem is that art is supposed to be the driver. Art's supposed to be the Uber driver. Art's supposed to be the ATM. Art's supposed to be the all-purpose person. I'm an app. I'm an all-purpose person. So what happens when she can't get what she needs from other people? I'm the person who she steps up to. But the problem is when you had the chance to step up to prove to me that your word is your bond, you broke it. And the thing is, you was working. Anytime this girl was working, she could have cashed at me money any day. Did she do that? No, she didn't do nothing. So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Now, getting back to the relationship part, it's the same thing with relationships. A lot of women pass me up, but then when they get sick and tired of chasing those bad boys. For example, I remember I had a Russian pen pal, and she was I forgot how I met her, but we used to email, like years ago. We used to email each other back and forth constantly. And since the pandemic happened, she emailed me and said, "Hey, how's it going?" and everything else. I'm going great. Everything else, she goes, "You know what, Art? Remember years?" And she typed up, "Remember years ago when he was like, I." You wanted to come to my country and to hang out and stuff like that, and yes, I go, I respond back, yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah, I remember saying that years ago because I thought something was going on between us or something. She goes, yeah, and she goes, I wish I would have chosen you instead of this other guy. And I said, well, what happened to the father? He goes, well, he only wanted me for sex and everything else. So I said, oh, you chased those. I said, you chased those bad boys. And she goes, yeah. See, and that's what happens. A lot of times, a lot of girls, they chase those bad boys. And when they find out they can't change, they get those bad boys and they can't change them to what they want, they go. Or the bad boys got what they want from them and they're gone. And they're gone. Then they come to you. That's why a lot of times, a lot of people, for example, a lot of you read these profiles and say, I'm sick and tired, I'm looking for the love of my life, and they're like 40 to 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to begin again because guess what happened? You got sick and tired of chasing those bad boys. Sick and tired of chasing those guys who ain't shit. And now you're looking for a person who, you're basically looking for someone like me. Who can give you what you want. But see, that's the thing. People like me, we look up and it's like, why are you settling for me? You're settling for me. You've been on this dating site for how long? You've been dating for how long? You've been married and now you're trying to cut the dating scene on stuff for how long? And now you want someone like me? And the reason why? You guessed it. You know, and by that time, sometimes some of these. I mean, that's why like when I went to that dating site, every time I saw a somewhat decent, attractive woman, I'm pretty sure she got 100 messages. The people who messaged me, I look up, I was like, good lord, these girls. I'm 52, but she looks like she's 82. I'm looking at this. I just showed a picture of my face. What do your body look like? What does your body look like? Your body's hit. I'm like, whoa. That's why I don't respond to them. I was like, no. And then again, you don't know if you're, it's like I said, it's one of those kind of things. But anyway, that's a little story / explanation of something I wanted to talk about for a long time. Actually, tell you the truth, one more quick story. When I was in high school, there was a girl that lived across the street. Her name was Jackie. Okay, and believe me, she looked beautiful. She was very slim, like how I like my women. She was slim, like how I like my women. I like my women slim. A little curvy is okay, but slim is where it's at. She had a beautiful face, and her voice was not the best, but I could deal with that. Okay? I tried to date her. I tried everything I can. I tried dating her. I tried to do the getting good with her brother and her mom. Her mom was like, "Oh, Art, you're such a sweet guy. I wish my daughter would date someone like you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." That kind of shit. But she was out getting those hot guys. I go to college and she was like, "No, Art, you're just a friend of mine. You're just a friend. And, I love you as a friend, nothing more, nothing less." But then again, you're about to go to college. You're going to see better looking women than me. I'm like, okay, cool. Go to college. Was there a lot of women that were better looking than her? There were some, but not a lot. Nothing really piqued my interest too much. But I tried, and I get the same thing. They want to go after the hot dudes. They want to go after the hot dudes, the guys that they think they're going to make tons of money. Okay. Fast forward years later, I've been working at my job for like 5 or 6 years. It was like 2006, 2007 or something like that. I had a meeting at my job in the afternoon, and I took a 2-hour lunch. So I went to Best Buy. And what happened was, I was in one aisle and she was in another aisle, and she goes, "Hey, Art." I was like, I'm looking around like, who's this? The only thing I see is this fat woman. So I'm like, and I hear her voice again. I'm like Jackie? She goes, "Yeah." And the girl that was with her was her mother. She goes, "Oh my God, is that Art from a long time ago?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I looked at her. She's like 2 plus. She's like 200 plus now. I'm like, what the fuck? When I last saw her, she was like 110. She was like 110, and she's like 2 something now. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? We talked for about a half an hour. Long story short, she fell in with a couple dudes left and right. They wasn't good for her and all sorts of stuff. And then she started gaining weight. Because of, I guess, I don't know what happened. And she married some dude. Ironically, the guy that she married to, he was going to the same restaurant as I was every morning. There was a big fat dude that was coming to the restaurant every morning eating breakfast, and I was there at the same time he was, just about every morning. That's how funny that was. I didn't know until I walked into the restaurant. She goes, "Hey, Eric, how's it going?" I'm like, Who are you? What are you doing here? Oh man, you know her? Like, yeah, this is the art when I'm talking. Oh my god. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, I can see why she got fat. Damn. You know, she got married and 3 kids, and as far as I know, right now they're still married. But you see what I'm saying? But I remember before I saw her and her husband together, she was like, "Oh man, you know, I was thinking all these times, how come what you've been doing? Yeah, and I see your father sometimes, you know, before we moved out, and he's like, hey, he's doing, you know, he's doing okay. And I was wondering how, you know, and she was like, I wonder how come we never cooked, how come we never got together? Really? All of a sudden, in the back of my mind, I'm like, seriously, you really want me to answer that question? Oh boy, wait till I tell you that answer. I said, well, you don't want to tell you why we never hooked up? Because I wasn't what you was looking for. Me, I had a goal in mind. I had a goal. I had a plan. And nothing stopped me from my plan. Went to college, did some stuff, had fun. Not that kind of fun, but I enjoyed myself in college. Got a job, and I'm happy now. I said, you wanted to date hot dudes. What are they doing now? Who knows? See, the thing is that, well, she goes, I'm married now. I'm like, I'm glad you are. But hey, that's what happened. She goes, I don't look the same. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't look the same at all. Tell you the truth, I didn't even know who you were. I don't know. I can't. For some reason, you recognize me probably because I look the same, but I don't. I mean, I gained. Yeah, last time I talked to you, I was like 140. I'm like 220, but I'm like more. I mean, I was skinny and a big gut, but I grew out. You know, lifting weights and stuff. You grow out, get bigger, and still have a big gut. That's what happened. But anyway, that kind of stuff happens. 3 times I've heard that from 3 different people. That when I was trying to go for them, they didn't like that. They wanted the thugs, cause they're strong, they look cute. They wanted the hot dudes, the love model types. And then when that didn't work for them, the dopey looking guy that is more stable is more attractive to you. And I'll tell you the truth, a lot of people say, well, you know, Art, this is your goal. My women want you now. They sick and tired. You know, and this one guy said, man, I was banging bitches left and right. Dude, guess what? I can't find a woman to save my life because I could bang any girl I want. But the thing is, you guy, women want you. They want to have sex with me, but they want you. I'm like, well, guess what? They're not worth my damn time. Until I fell for someone like that. Well, yes, I know this video is not a comic book or movie related or music related or something fun. This is some real life shit. Now, the fun thing is that you might experience that. And if you did, you kind of understand exactly what I'm talking about. I talk about people how in relationship status and friendship status. I talked about both. And the funny thing is, you notice, they only come to you when they need you. They don't come to you because they want you. They come to you when they need you. And the thing is, that's something I'm learning over and over and over again. I'm not talking about red pill. I mean, yeah, this is a little bit of a red pill kind of thing. But then again, you got to think about it. People wouldn't be like this if a certain segment, if people wouldn't like this or like this. But that's okay. I talked enough. It's Sunday. I have no idea when you're watching this, but today, right now, when I'm filming this is Sunday. So I'm going to talk to you guys later, and hopefully I have a better video for you next time. Talk to you later. Or do this. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. Trying to be goofy.